Hi, this is Carrie from Woodinville Wine Blog, and I wanted to show you the kind of dorky, amateurish rosé wine cake that I baked for an upcoming rosé party I'm throwing this weekend. I made it with a Betty Crocker mix, strawberry cake, but when it called for a cup of water, I put in a cup of rosé wine. And I'm not going to say which Woodinville winery the wine's from, because someone could be offended like, hey, our wine is really good, it's not for baking. Okay, fine. Was curious to see if once I baked the cake it would come out tasting like rosé, and it did. I used my Wilton wine bottle shaped mold for the cake. The box mix takes a cup of oil, a cup of rosé or water, and 3 eggs. Holy crap, that's a lot. Then I decorated it myself, and I think it's cute. Oops, flowers falling off. I think it's cute. I realize it's amateurish. I'm not a cake decorator, and I frankly could probably hire somebody for $150 to make a rosé wine bottle cake for my party. I would rather spend the money on wine and cheese and food. So, made it myself. The flowers are falling off. I don't think it was meant to be tilted like this, though. These are fondant flowers that I just quickly whipped up. I'll show you all the supplies that I used in case you want to recreate this and show me a better way to do it. I went to either Joann Fabrics or Michael's at Crossroads and got fondant mix. That's what unfortunately, the pink color is kind of Pepto-Bismol-esque. Oh well, okay. I also had to get a smaller, where's that box? The flowers are made out of the lighter colored fondant in a small box, and it's terrifying when you open it because it's really hard and it says, oh, it's kneadable and easy to work with and workable. And you digging it out, it's like a rock. But once you start working with it, then you roll it out on top of cornstarch, and the cornstarch makes the fondant look a little white for a while, so I was freaking out, but it kind of disappeared. It's fine. I made these roses that are falling off of the cake with 3 layers of fondant, and I used little cutters that aren't very expensive. They're shaped like flowers. I cut out the fondant. And then, to make the little flower, what do you call it? The thing in the middle of the flower, these are candy beads. And this little mold I used to make some other flowers that actually didn't make it onto the cake because I thought the cake had enough going on. But this mold is super cheap. It's on Amazon. But, FYI, before I put the fondant on the cake, I had to have it stick to something. It's not going to stick to the cake itself. So I used either cherry or strawberry pre-made frosting, very thin layer. I don't have any special cake tools, so I just used the flattest silicone spatula I could find. Cutters, and then I learned a very important lesson that I'm going to tell you. I ended up using some pink petal dust, which is shimmery. Stop falling off the cake. It's shimmery, and I used it for part of this fake label. But I put it on after the fondant was on the cake, and I kind of smeared it, and there's glitter everywhere, which is usually a good problem to have. Next time I would put the glitter on this fondant before I put it on the cake, and then I would lay it down there. So, is this good to eat or not? Well, I made 2. One so that I could show you how easily the flowers fall off. You could glue them with a little sugar water, or just kind of squish them in harder. It's kind of dry because it's been sitting on my counter under hot lights all day. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, petal dust is not necessarily edible, but it's non-toxic, and it's sold as a cake decoration, but you don't usually eat the parts of the cake that it's on. Oh, I was getting to the point, how does it taste? I don't care for strawberry cake, but it was fine. I did not like the layers of this frosting is fine. It's super, super sweet, like teeth achingly diabetes enticing sweet. And then once you put the fondant on top of it, it looks really cute. It's edible, it's chewy, but it's so sugary. But I think kids would enjoy it still. It's cute. You could cut it up, you put it on plates for your guests. They're drinking wine. They might not notice how sweet it is. It does pair well with rosé wine. I probably wouldn't sit there and eat it with that much fondant on there, but I'm not fond of fondant. See what I did there? So mostly I would just use it as a showstopper on the table next to all your rosés that you have lined up in your ice buckets, and just, oh, ha, ha, isn't that cute? Yay, it's a cake. And the inside of it, let's just peel this off. because I put rosé in there and used a strawberry cake mix and a pink frosting, it's all pink inside. It would be more clever if I had taken the time to make sure that it was layered or striped, so it was pink and white striped layers. I don't have that kind of time because I throw a lot of parties, but that could be a clever way to do it. Anyway, I thought it was a fun experiment, and I'd love to hear what you think, and if you're going to try and outdo me and make a much better decorated cake where the flowers do not fall off. Thanks for watching.